On Big Blue Nation and sports fans everywhere, and welcome back to the BBN Report, where we talk all things college football and basketball. And today we are back with another Kentucky basketball preview video and against LSU. And I think this is one of the most intriguing matchups of the week, as I'll talk about as we go forward in this video. A nice little top 25 matchup to start a Tuesday slate of games between the 16th ranked Kentucky Wildcats and the 21st ranked LSU Tigers. So why don't you go ahead and grab a cold one, and let's talk about some college basketball. Tuesday night, the Wildcats travel on the road to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where they will face the LSU Tigers. This LSU Tigers team coming off a 70-55 loss, and that's 70 points that they surrendered last, I believe it was Wednesday, to Auburn, is the most points they've given up in a game this season. You know, this LSU team is a team that defensively is the best, according statistically, is the best defensive team in all of college basketball. This is a LSU team who ranks 6th in the nation in forcing turnovers at 27.3% of all possessions. So this is an LSU team that is really hard-nosed. They're a very physical team. If you've watched LSU play, you will notice that they are a very physical team this year. And that's kind of been their motto under Will Wade, who once again does have LSU playing at a high level of basketball again. Now, the 12-1 record can be a little bit misleading. They haven't really played a whole lot of good teams this year, kind of like Kentucky, who also hasn't played a whole lot of really good teams. Both of these teams are 0-1 in top 25 matchups this season. So both of these teams will definitely be looking to get that first top 25 win. And on top of that, LSU, I think, is going to be playing a little bit desperate in this game. This is going to be a LSU team who really doesn't want to fall to 0-2 in conference play. Like I mentioned earlier, they lost their conference opener to Auburn last week, and that is their only loss on the season. But which kind of really hurts LSU. I think they fell quite a bit in the polls this week, because that's been the only team that's really been any halfway decent they have played this year. To build on what I was saying earlier about how great LSU has been on defense this year, how elite they've been, they are only giving up 55.3 points per game on the season. And to me, that is just beyond an elite level there, especially in today's college basketball, where more often than not you look at a box score and at least one team has 70 points, even if they lose by 20. So only holding a team to 55 points, especially in this three-ball era, as I like to call it. You have so many teams jacking up three-point shots now and hitting so many three-point shots at an incredible rate that we're seeing higher scores than ever before. And holding a team to 55 points is just tremendous, in my opinion. But on top of them being elite defensively, they have two very good players that they really lean heavily on, which is senior Darius Days, who's been a four-year, as far as I know, a four-year senior at LSU, who has been averaging 14.7 points a game and 8 rebounds a game. But one of the biggest bright spots for LSU this season has been the Cincinnati sophomore transfer, Tari Eason, who's averaging 15.8 points a game and 7.4 rebounds a game, and is their leading scorer on the team while only averaging about 22 minutes on the season, which I think is pretty crazy to think that he's averaging over 15 points while only playing 22 minutes. So that definitely leads to a very intriguing matchup in this LSU-Kentucky matchup. I really wonder who Kentucky is going to put on Easton there. I wonder if it's going to be Keon Brooks or Jacob Toppin. That's definitely going to be a very great matchup, I think. The matchup within the matchup to look forward to in this game. The Kentucky side of things, something kind of has to give. Like I was just talking about how great LSU is on offense. Kentucky, ever since their loss to Notre Dame, and you got to give credit to John Calipari for this, Kentucky has had an offensive resurgence this season. And ever since that loss to Notre Dame, John Calipari has instrumented some of his old dribble drive motions from his dribble drive days into this Kentucky offense. That has really seen the offense really take off. And if Kentucky will be trying to get its third 90-point performance of the season when they take on LSU. Now, when it comes to Kentucky, everybody already knows about Oscar Tshiebwe. And speaking of Oscar Tshiebwe, if Calipari is looking to keep him out of foul trouble, I don't see him defending Eason for LSU, by the way. I think that you will definitely see, like I said before, Toppin or Deion Brooks defending him. But like I was saying, you already know what he's going to bring to the table. He's going to get 15 points and he's going to rebound 15, 16 boards a game. Also know what Ty Washington is going to bring for Kentucky as well. But one of the things I've been most impressed with over this offensive resurgence has been the improved point guard play from Severe Wheeler, really silencing a lot of his critics. And one of the reasons, another big reason why Kentucky's been able to have this offensive resurgence has been the play from Kellen Grady, who I was predicting a coming out party for, and has definitely had a coming out party and has kept it going. Over, Friday against High Point, Kellen Grady hit 7 of the 10 3-pointers he took in that game. And it's not like these were all catch and shoot wide open threes. Some of these he came off screens and took. Some of these he was able to get, one of which he was actually falling away and was able to hit that one. So Kellen Grady is not only did he hit 7 of 10 of his 3-pointers against High Point, he has hit 23 of his last 31 3-pointers going back the last couple of games. So Kellen Grady is hot. And we all knew that these 3-pointers for Kellen Grady was going to start falling. Now, with Kellen Grady being as hot as he is from the 3-point line, I expect Will Wade of LSU to be throwing some defensive schemes specifically towards Kellen Grady to really slow him down. As for a prediction for this game, I've honestly went back and forth on who I was going to pick for this game. And to be honest with you, I'm still not really sure, to be honest with you, as I'm recording this video. You have two teams that are both going to be very desperate to get wins, especially for tournament seeding and resume, and in terms of conference standings. This is an LSU team who is probably going to be desperate not to fall into 0-2, and they're going to be up a little bit more because they're going to be playing Kentucky, and they're going to be playing Kentucky at home. Whereas on the other side, Kentucky's going to be going on the road. We all know road wins are especially hard in college basketball, but they're also going to have a Kentucky team who's also going to be looking for a signature win. Their only other kind of signature win on the season has been North Carolina, who just isn't that great this year. Now, I don't think North Carolina's as bad as Kentucky made them look. I do think they're a middle-of-the-pack ACC team, maybe finishing like the upper echelon, maybe, depending on how the rest of the season goes. But that was just an overall bad performance of Carolina against Kentucky, which I didn't mind. Whereas the best win for LSU in the season has been Georgia Tech. And I do think this is going to be a close game. I don't think one team is really superior to the other, especially the way LSU plays defense. But I have a gut feeling to roll with the Cats in this. I think Kentucky's going to win this game about 72-68. And I very well could be wrong. It very well could be LSU's 72-68. And if Kentucky were to score 72, that would be the highest points that LSU has given up. But given the way that LSU was kind of throttled by Auburn by 15, just has me leaning more towards taking the Cats in this game. Now, if the vice versa does happen and LSU does win this game, I will probably have a little bit more faith in LSU going forward if I was an LSU fan. And the same with Kentucky. If Kentucky wins this game and they put up good offensive numbers again against a very good defensive unit, then we can really start to talk about where the ceiling is for this Kentucky Wildcats team. A team that most people thought was going to be very, very good entering the season and was kind of sluggish to start the year off. So this is definitely can be a make or break kind of type game for both of these teams. And a really true barometer test for both of these teams. But if you're still watching to this point, I'd like to go ahead for you guys to drop a comment and tell me what you guys think. What you guys think the final score of this game will be. There very well could be a prize for a perfect score. Drop a like on this video because a little love does go a long way. It can really help out the channel. And I'll go ahead and I'll catch you guys in the next one.